Hey everyone, Miacidae here. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So today the plan is to try to go back into the courtyard where Homecoming is been giving me a few problems. And this time around it has a very interesting new trinket. It seems like Farmstead Courtyard Plus was recently updated, and it has a few new trinkets, one of which I found in the last episode, the baby tick, which is absolutely adorable. And now the baby croc is available as a reward from this as my other trinket, so I figured I'd go and complete the set because they are absolutely freaking adorable. So I threw together a bleeding team that I think will do alright. For those of you who don't remember, the estate rules are I can't battle heal, I can't stress heal in battle, and I can't stun, so that's why it's been giving me a few issues, is I'm just kind of getting ripped apart by like stress in here, and then things kind of fall from there. So we're going to be going in with Boudica, the Hellion, hoping that bleed out does a lot for me, and if I need to hit anything that's not in row 1, we either have Iron Swan or if it bleeds. For trinkets, we have Surgical Gloves, which give her accuracy and crit on her melee skills, which everything is melee, and then we have Warrior's Bracer to give her +1 damage on her melee skills. We also have McBain the Ripperkin with Rip and Tear, moving her forward, removing any protection anything might have, because I will not be using her in Bloodlust mode except for maybe in the last fight. We have Blood as Fuel if I get her into the front row, which does massive damage, bypasses and breaks guard, and a lot of bleeding. We then have Bloody Gust to hit the middle 2 rows, a lot of bleeding damage on it, and then rev up to get an extra action. Then we have the Sharpening Stone, plus 10% damage on all of her melee skills, everything once again is melee, and plus 20% bleed chance. And finally the Brawler's Glove, so plus 10% crit if she is in position 1, which once again she might be dancing because of Rip and Tear, and then plus 2 damage if in position 2. We then have Christopher the Forlorn with Whiplash, which can hit rows 1, 2, or 3. Does a 3/3 bleed. I know this says on attack of anything that's bleeding self -3 stress. However, I'm pretty sure I did remove that. If it still is de-stressing him, I will not be using that. We have Hunter's Strike, so armor piercing versus anything that is bleeding, moving him forward by 1. And if he attacks anything that is bleeding, he will be buffing his damage by 20%. We have Entangle to pull by 3, bleeding anything that he hits for 1/3. And then Bloody Cross, which when thrown, does a 1/3 bleed, hits the first 3 rows. When it's recalled, so when he uses a second time, will bleed for 2/3. And then if he hits anything that's bleeding with this, he buffs himself for +4% crit. Then he has Dismiss's Head, so his damage is increased by 25%, and Diggs's Head, so he gets a +20% Scouting Chains and +15 armor piercing if he's not using Hunter's Strike. And finally, just because I didn't know who else to put into row 4 here, we have the Estranged, who I should actually name here really quick. So Celebuzz mainly going to be using Twisting Arrows to -dodge, -speed, or Pierce Earth to be doing a lot of damage to ranks 3 and 4 and pulling them forward. The others are just kind of there in emergency cases. And then we have Heightened Oculi for plus Scouting Chance, -Party Surprised, and the Ancestor's Candle once again for plus 15% damage if Torch is above 50 and plus 10 dodge. Remember, in the Crimson Courtyard, Torch is always at 100, so those will always be active. The baby croc here, the trinket that we're going for, gives us a -1 speed, kind of like in Darkest Dungeon 2, but then on skill use will buff damage by 1, and then on skill use will shuffle, and then it is a set with, where's the cute little bugger, the baby tick here. So if you have these two as a set on someone, you get +12 accuracy and +12 dodge if you have the Crimson Curse, and -75% disease resistance. But remember, if you have the Crimson Curse, you are kind of immune to other diseases, if I recall correctly. So it just means you get the Crimson Curse that much easier because the baby tick makes you get the Crimson Curse. Once again, level 2 heroes are recommended for Homecoming. I think I have a level 1 and a level 0 in here, so that is not recommended at all. It is also recommended to have heroes that heal for this, so please take this as advice. Don't be me, don't be stupid, don't be silly. Do the recommended stuff so that you get through the thing. Just gonna take all of the things so I can get through this, and we'll knock it out of the park. Actually, all the food, because we didn't start with any supplies based on these heroes, which is a little odd, but you know, whatever.
Soaked and sinking, These stone terraces and sprawling gardens were the site of...
I will see if he gives us any decent trinkets, because sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Knife pouch for the grave robbers, so plus 25% damage on range skills and on range hit buff speed. Energizing armlet on the leper, so friendly skill buff speed and plus speed on first round. And runic cube for the ironclad on being hit, refresh limited skill uses, which are all of his skills. Be the beast. So we have to open up with that. Gonna bloody gust, hitting both of them, getting them both bleeding. Somehow they both resisted that.
The abyss returns even the
6 for 3, huh? That's 18 stress. I'm gonna get rid of that on everyone but the Ripperkin. Then we're gonna bleed out on the strumpet, get rid of her.
A faint hope blossoms.
Then Pierce Earth does more damage if we hit. We did not hit. And then we are going to Whiplash because that does more damage and bleeding. If we were to have hit. Also going to try to Entangle to pull him forward. We missed. This might hurt. Also Stun. Gonna bloody gust to try to bleed him again. There we go. Because he's not in rank 1, we'll do that instead of bleed out. Little bugger.
The horror.
Bleeding for 8. Gonna test this because we just hit someone that's bleeding. Okay, we did not stress heal, so that's settled. That's great. Good to know. And he bleeds out.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
The serrated jaws for the trapper, another good one to have on hand.
Neatly
And we go forward.
lovingly admired.
Because serrated jaws adds a bleed to the riposte. I love it. We're also going to heal Syllaba here. Smashing through this with shovel.
Packs
Taking what we can.
loot are often low on supplies.
Taking the busts because I need them. And in we go. And we'll just do the loop-de-loop. Might find something other than food in here, but I doubt it.
Only treasure could staunch the
Otherworldly and everyone is full here. I think there's a fight in the next room. So, we can take the food. That was a little bit of a waste on the holy waters then. Because I know I can de-stress down here or something. Alright, just gonna bloody cross, trying to bleed all of them. Only got the sycophant. Was stressing the ever-living hell out of us. Oh, we can get that off of us for sure. Beat the beast. Bloody gust. Sycophant needs 1 more damage. And we miss. Well, at least it bleeds out now if it... or not. I need to learn to shut up. It does bleed out from that though, so there is that. Silver lining, folks. We get rid of Corpse Eater.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
And there's that fight. This seems to be going
Success
slightly
is
better.
clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Shovel through this. Heal up that little bit of food. In we go. Then I'm gonna go up. Save that for now. Yeah, this is what I wanted the holy water for. And I totally spaced on it. Alright. So, Bloody Cross, get them all bleeding. Man, these resists. We are gonna say screw the S. Wow. You know, I gotta check something here. I know she had. Yeah, she has nothing for minus accuracy here, so that's just my bad luck. Alright, Strumpet. Still lives. Can we Bloody Gust and at least get some bleeding on them? Maybe use a torch for that. And we still miss with plus accuracy from that. Ay ay ay. Okay, that bleed is nasty, so getting rid of it. Gotta rev up because it actually doesn't affect my health right now, so I get the extra action. Bloody Gust, trying to get them bleeding. Somehow they still resisted. Bloody Gust again to hit them again. And 10 bleed on the Strumpet, so she does go down. The Supplicant does go down. So at this point we just need this guy out, and we win.
Broken. Maintain the offensive. Press this advantage.
There we go. We don't really want those trinkets, but that's fine. We'll just leave the Heartburst Hood for now and continue on. Alright, what's in the strong box? Goodies? Not really.
Waiting to be
Alright, take the torch, leave the citrine, be on our way. Burn the hive, get some loot. Take said loot. Trade out gold for jade. And we got these. And we're about to afflict. That's how that goes.
Injury and
Definitely using anti-venom.
for heroism.
Take out Corpse Eater.
Cowardice.
Feed the beast. Bloody Gust. Man, I cannot bleed these things for the life of me. I was gonna do
As the enemy
Hunter Strike, but on the off chance that I didn't end the fight like this turn, then the Ripperkin would not be in a good spot. And the reason that stress healed was because the crit. I didn't remove stress heals from crit because that would just be too much work. Yes, I'm that lazy. Alright, we got some onyx.
Triumphant pride precipitates a
What do I want to get rid of those? I don't remember if there's a thing over here. I'll leave it. So I know there's 2 fights right here. Alright, there we go. I was gonna say, I don't know how many fights are left, but these 2, then there's this one. So if I can get to this room right here, to the exact right of me, probably safe to use that camp. Blood is fuel on the Strumpet. She bleeds out, I think. Nope, 1 health left. If I Bloody cross, she probably goes down, and we miss with that. Lovely. Breakthrough. Ouchie. And there's that blight, of course, for 5 rounds. Celeba. It all goes downhill from here.
The abyss.
We're gonna pierce earth, hit the large corpse eater. At least we hit with that. Whiplash, hit corpse eater. That's blight. That's death's door. That bloody gust hit these 2 corpse eater down. Of course, no bleed on the large one. Twisting arrows. Let's hit you. 80% to resist. So, alright, we'll just Iron Swan. Higher crit rate.
Confusion, nerves, and panic.
Oh no. No, 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 no.
The true test. Hold fast or expire.
Okay. Anti-venom. We're not pulling him, so whiplash. Celeba.
Survival is a tenuous.
There goes my Ripperkin.
In this sprawling tomb.
Why can people not hit the broadside of a barn when I need them to? Okay, just 7 health left. If this bleeds, we get him. Of course not. At least we have the riposte.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit.
Yeah.
Unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Okay. New plan. It's just 2 fights. We're fine. We're fine without the Ripperkin. Right? I need the shovel, actually. I need the shovel. Get rid of snake oil. Just go straight down. I believe that's the last fight down there. At least room fight. And then this nightmare is over. Hey, at least you got me something there, Celeba. You didn't hurt yourself, Christopher.
Fear and frailty finally claim their due.
I swear, if y'all don't actually eat,
A moment of rest.
okay,
A chance to.
I was gonna make you have a heart attack.
Coming horrors.
Okay, so sharpened spear, battle trance for the damage. I thought we had to prevent nighttime ambush. Wondrous roast to heal and minus stress there. And acute sight for the accuracy of the crit. And we'll use the torch for that. Rest. And because we didn't prevent nighttime ambush, what the hell is this? And now things go to hell real fast. Breakthrough.
Impressive.
Cherub almost down. Good thing we kept the anti-venoms there. I'm gonna Stinger Smack. We're gonna hit the gargoyle because I need that thing down so it doesn't stun us again. We're gonna find out what the cherub does. Stonework Eldritch. Gross. 20 stress. Lovely. Getting rid of it. Getting rid of the blight. And then we're going to whiplash on Supplicant. Bleed out, it's gone. Okay. 2 fights left. Taking anti-venom, taking gold.
Expedition at least promises success.
Food. You all will eat.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for
Take
in
gold.
blood.
Okay. The knight is the scary thing here to me, especially with the butler guarding it now. Lovely. Bleed out, get rid of Supplicant.
Obliterated.
Lovely. Now, both of you hopefully get rid of that butler. Stinging skewer. Actually, no, that is the right one. Move back.
A devastating
Blights butler. Does not blight him, okay. Spodika in a bad spot.
death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
And we're gonna have a heart attack on him. Arrows get... Butler. There we go. And he's bleeding.
Breath from becoming unwound.
That's like the worst case scenario right there. Alright, what's the debuff? Get rid of what we can. And we're going to break through to move forward. Move back.
This is
And bleeding got him before I could heal him.
or foolhardy.
Can't use bleed out yet, so if it bleeds,
The ground quakes.
Celiba, I need you to hang on. I need you to hang on. There we go. Just stinger smack. Ooh.
As
Okay.
victory
Use the 2 food. Take the blood, take the money. 1 fight left, so use the torch, then toss them. Actually, no, not those. Cause there might, I forget if there's a fog wall over there. Toss the energizing armlet. Oh, party order. Okay. I know she's gonna take more stress damage. We're gonna do that. And this gives more damage or crit. In we go. For better or for worse. Or post.
a time to perform beyond one's
If it bleeds, take out Butler.
perched at
Bleed might be taking out Celiba.
oblivion. More blood
Bleed did not take out Celiba.
feeding the evil therein.
But now we have the Blight.
Will to fight falters.
think the butler just skipped his turn.
On the brink, facing the abyss.
Vigorous, thank you. Protected by butler. How do we go about this? Iron Swan crits at a high damage. We might take out Knight. Or not, but I mean high-end hit, so that's fine. Dodge, love it. Come on, keep dodging, keep dodging, keep dodging. Butler bleeds out on next. Take out Knight. Biggest problem gone.
More dust. More ashes. More disappointment.
I know it's my problem because I keep pushing too hard.
The end of things.
But it is fun. It is fun. But I really need to stop doing that.
A name once so well regarded is now.
I do know I need to stop doing that. There's a very... Ooh, I lost a lot of trinkets there, and there's no shrieker, so, oopsies. I really actually should have ran there. I do know there's a very fine line of stupidity and getting things done. And that just cost me a lot of stuff again. A lot of progress. So it cost me that oculi, Dismas's head again, Diggs's head, and some various trinkets. Gotcha. Well, I think what the plan that I need to stick to is just get a full contingent of people to level 2, get all of the facilities leveled up as much as I can. Keep getting rid of the forced interaction quirks, then focus on getting rid of some of the really bad quirks, because I think a few of them, the people I had taken in there had a few of those. Some of the ones I'm thinking of right off the bat, which I don't think were necessarily in there, are like the Yips, Laudanum Penchant, things like that. And you know, I was looking for a Duchess, and I kind of overlooked her, and I wanted to bring a Duchess into that last one, and I just couldn't find it. And I did have a Duchess. More you know. Anywho. And then I'll go take that on with a level 2. Or level 2s when I'm ready. And same with the Kraken. Because I just need to stop losing heroes. Now, that being said, nothing actually looks great or actual trinkets that I can go get. So I'll probably just be going into an area leveling people up. And we'll call it that at the next episode. And go from there. But I do think I just need to stop doing the stupid stuff. I've had enough fun. I've kind of figured out where some of the limits more or less are, and we can go from there. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that would be really, really nice to get, and I just need to more or less be more patient and not take the risks, I think. So we'll just have some fun on the next episode. I know this was a shorter one, but I'm going to take some time to get some stuff together. I got some background stuff I'm going to take care of. And then next episode, we will just have some fun. So that'll be it for this time. As always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please have a good one.